So here we are, and it's rabbits. 1st of December, and last night was a better night. The only thing is, I am taking a lot of these opiates, which I need to manage the pain. So that is really, really bothering me because I don't have an addictive personality, but you hear a lot of stories. So I'm trying to limit that. So I've decided I'm going to try something a bit different. Anyway, just so you can see the offensive item. There we go. Garden peas. I find that garden peas work better. We were using sweet corn, but the bag split and we had a house of sweet corn. So garden peas are a lot better. So just in case you're going through this and you need a decision on which vegetables, frozen vegetables to use, it is definitely garden peas. Not any kind of peas, garden peas. As you can tell, I'm in a much better mood this morning. I got probably a decent 3 hours sleep. When I say decent, I actually slept 3 hours. So I do feel a lot better in the head. And as I say, I've been throughout the night taking the meds. So things are at bay. Doesn't leave me with much throughout today now, though. I wanted to tell you a story. So this is, I had a spinal. They decide to do spinals rather than a general anaesthetic because the recovery is a lot quicker in the rehab. And what they tend to do is they will give you a spinal and then you can ask for sedation, or you can be awake, and you can have music playing. I was like, are you serious? You know, they've got hammers that they're banging things into your bones. They've got saws and drills. Really? And then, of course, I had all my lovely friends joking with me about, oh, yeah, you'll have a spinal and then they'll sedate you, but you'll feel everything because you'll be sedated and you won't be able to tell them that the spinal hasn't worked. Oh, yeah, thanks, guys. But I chose, obviously, they say you have to have the spinal. You don't really get a choice. So off I go to the theatre and they sit you on a bed, and they put the needle in your hand, and I'd explain that I've got my lumbar L1, 3 and 5 are all fused. They fuse themselves over the years because I've had horrendous back problems since a big ski accident that I had many years ago. So he went in at 2, 4 and 6. So I ended up having 3 injections because he was trying to get in and couldn't get in. It was lovely. Yeah, great experience. So in the end, I ended up hugging the lovely nurse that was stood in front of me so I didn't fall off the bed, because you have to lean over kind of a pillow on the edge of the bed so he can get into your spine. Gross. Anyway, quite quickly after that, everything starts going numb from the waist down. Well, everybody that's listening to this, you all know what I'm like. So, of course, I didn't like that. Don't like not being in control. Ooh. So I started to say, I don't like it, I don't want this, I want to be asleep. Put me asleep now. And then they lay me down and I kept trying to move my legs. I didn't like it at all. Couldn't move my legs. Then they spray things on you. So they sprayed like a cold spray on my shoulder, and said, "What does that feel like?" And I said, "A cold spray." So then they sprayed it on my knee, and they said, "What does that feel like?" And I said, "I can feel a spray. I can feel something on my knee." And they said, "Is it hot, cold?" I said, "Well, I can't feel a heat, any kind of temperature." But so they said, "Oh, well, that's fine." I said, "No, but I could feel it." And all I could think of was one of my lovely friends who made a joke. And I'm thinking, oh my God, this is horrendous. And I just said, "Put me to sleep, please, give me," because they'd said they would sedate me. And I was just going, "Give me the sedation now. Can I just have the sedation? Please give me the sedation." And they said, "We're just going to put some oxygen on." And for me, I think that's just normal. I don't know whether they do that or not. And so I'm just lying there, and the nurse is stroking my arm, and he puts this oxygen on. And the next minute, I wake up and I'm on the ward. And there's none of that weird feeling that you get when you've had general. There's nothing. So I was like, whoa, this is really, really good. Like this. And obviously I've got all my leg numb. Both legs are numb. It hasn't worn off or anything. And they must have just kind of brought me back onto the ward, and the recovery nurse was laughing. And I said, "Well," I said, "Oh, so it's done?" She said, "Yeah." She said, "But..." And I was like, "What?" She said, "Have you done knee surgery before?" So I went, "No." She said, "But you were giving everybody instructions." I said, "I'm sorry?" She said, "Yeah, you talked all the way through it, telling everybody what to do." I was like, "What?" She said, "Yeah." She said, "And we kept giving you more and more sedation, but you wouldn't shut up." Oh dear. So yeah, I think they found it funny. They weren't saying it in malice. So even when I'm asleep, even when I'm meant to be having an operation, can't shut me up. Anyway, as you can see, I'm feeling a lot better. There's no pain at the minute, but that's because I've had a load of tablets. Don't tell Mother, because she'll stop me having any more, and then I won't be happy. Don't know what I'm going to do. Anyway, on the pea note, just quickly, peas, garden peas, co-op, do very good garden peas. I've joined a help group in the UK. Oh, it's fabulous. Anyway, a few of them had mentioned this cryo cuff, and it's basically a cuff that you put round your leg, and it compresses it with ice, and it's on a timer. And it makes sure you don't burn your leg, and you get the right amount of ice, and it goes around the whole leg. So it's not like you're sticking a lump of bloody ice on the top of your knee, waiting for it to manipulate round the area. So I thought, you know what? I think it's reduced to £100, but because I've got to have the other knee done, we'll wait and see. I'm not sure about this at the minute. But it works for any kind of injury. So if you've got a meniscus tear, or if you've got, you've hurt the cartilage or anything like that, and they do them for ankles and shoulders and elbows and knees. £100, it's a no-brainer, isn't it, if it's going to help with pain? And it stops my poor 84-year-old mother up and down the bloody stairs. She was laughing yesterday, but I know she doesn't find it funny that she said, "I feel like a tortoise in her hair." She said, "I must have done at least 20,000 steps today." So I think she deserves a really big, nice, lovely surprise. I might take her somewhere on holiday, somewhere lovely, to say thank you when I can. Anyway, 1st of December, rabbits, rabbits, rabbits. I hope people find this interesting. Let me know if I'm boring you or just don't listen. And if you're about to go through this, thinking of going through this, or you are going through this, and you've got any questions or you want to reach out, please do. It helps to share, and it's helping me because it makes me feel like a person and not just this body of rubbish imprisoned in a bedroom at the minute. Okay, see you soon, guys. Mwah.